Greetings and salutations here, this is Kylax. About to get into a Hearthstone match. Thankfully, I had a friend who allowed me to get in a couple games of Hearthstone, and so far I'm enjoying it. It's not terribly difficult, but it has some strategy to it. So this is my Paladin, my Paladin deck. I didn't do very well with Paladin in the beginning because I didn't understand how the Paladin works. But once I kind of figured it out, it's more about the board control than anything else. I'm going to get rid of this Boulder Fist Ogre. It's a little too big to have in my first hand. That's not a great starting hand, but you know, for my Paladin, it's all about the board control. So I'm just going to end my turn because there's nothing I could do. I really don't like going first. Most people don't. Because I like having that coin in my hand. What can I get something out on the field? End my turn. It's a 1-1. That's his hero ability. He summons a 1-1 Silverhand Recruit. This doesn't really do much, and depending on what he does. Okay. The 0-2 with a heal. Does that heal everything? Or just minions? Alright, good. I don't want to play this because I like to save that battle cry for when he tries to summon, put out something bigger.
Let me think.
Put that out there, do one to his face, and my turn. I've yet to play the Shaman, so I don't really know the ins and outs of the Shaman. I know they can summon a random totem, one of 4, I believe, random totems. There's a healing one, there's one that gives them +1 spell power, there's one that has a 0-2 taunt, and I believe there's a 1-1 totem. But I don't know what kind of clear he has. Yeah, see, there's the 0-2 totem, which is really just a stall tactic. Oh, that's fine. He can keep putting totems out. Because I can just consecration and just get rid of all of them. Do that. I don't want to clear the board yet. I guess
I wonder.
I can do 3 damage to him. Draw a card. Get rid of this taunt. Do 1 to his face. Do. Yeah, do 3 more damage to his face, draw a card, end my turn. So like I said, this deck, I think, is all about the board control. I believe it's all about the board control, so I try to get rid of junk, get stuff off the floor as much as possible. I really like this weapon. It's not so much for the attacking, it's just for the +1/+1 that it gives to any minions that I summon, including my reinforce.
I wonder.
Do I really want to do it that early? I don't need to restore health 3.
Move quickly.
Crap. I really don't like the mean, he's gonna heal one back, so. That may have been... I don't know. I always feel like I don't make the right plays. It's probably something I really don't like, that fuse. It gets me on... gets me going in the wrong direction. I'm gonna heal him. Maybe. Depending on what he does, I will probably... Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Dang it. Put that out there, drop it down to 2. Drop that. Like I said, this is all about board control. All about the board control.
The battle.
I didn't think that guy would survive. Oh yeah, I forgot. He got +1/+1 from my weapon. So he did survive. The board's cleared now. I have 4 cards, 3 on the field. He's got 7 cards, none on the field. That can very quickly change, depending. It's another freaking taunt. +2 attack. Okay. I think first I need to get rid of this. Get rid of that. Then +4/+4, make it a 5/5. No, I don't want to do that. I don't need to restore any health.
I must move quickly.
I really don't like having this on the field.
The battle.
Summon another 2/2. Now, Silver Hand Recruit. Thank you to my weapon. I don't really use it for. I don't use this weapon for attacking because it only does 1 damage. I use it for the, like I said, for the buff, for the 1/1. Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. That's fine.
I'm ready. I'm not ready.
That's basically a taunt wasted on a Silver Hand Recruit. 6 mana. Which is fine. I think now I will put this out. Drop him down to 1. Force him to trade next turn. I think I should do that before I forget. I'll get +1/+1. My weapon will be destroyed. And then I'll hit him in the face for 5.
Job's done.
So as you can see, I have board control. He's got a 1/4. What's he gonna Deal 2 damage. Okay. Let's see, I can do 12 damage to him in the next turn. Actually, I could do 16 damage to him next turn if I really want to. Depending on what I get. I think I'll put this out there, trade this for that.
Let me think.
That for that, and then I'll hit him in the face for 6.
The gates are open.
Let's do... Get rid of that. I'll take 2.
To battle.
Do that. And I'll do...
I must move quickly. And warning. Reporting for duty.
I could humility this guy, but it doesn't matter, because any minion that gets damaged by it is going to be destroyed. So he'll, if he's smart, nope, you have to attack the one with taunt, which should destroy it. Destroy his too, which is fine.
The gates are open.
Okay. And give it taunt. Okay. Okay. So here's the play. Taunt, humility him. The best smash.
You shall not pass. To battle.
Put that out there. And then, I mean,
Move quickly. For justice.
unless they can wipe the board, it's game. So, we'll just do that. End our turn. For the Paladins, it's all about the consecration. Mighty invention. From a random totem, he's hoping for the taunt. Does not get it. So that's GG. The Polterizer is kind of annoying in that it transforms a random minion. We'll say well played here. And then I don't want to be a jerk about this, so we'll just do this. And that's game. So there you go. Like I said, with the Paladin, I think once, when I originally started playing with them, I was not very good at all. I was terrible. I was atrocious. It may have been, it's probably because I didn't have all the Paladin cards. But now that I got them up to level 10, I got all the Paladin cards. I put the Consecration in there. Is just great for board clear. If you can get minions below 2 health or at 2 health or less, and then you throw out Consecration, you can wipe the board. Because it does deals 2 damage to everybody on the all the enemies, and minions and hero. But as you can see there, I had board control probably the whole game, almost the whole game, if not the whole game. I'd have to rewatch this, watch the replay of this to make sure I'm not lying to you. But I had board control the entire game. There really wasn't much he could do. So the humility plus the consecration stuff really helps out the Paladin deck. If you want to take a look at the Paladin deck, this is just a regular play arena. I call the deck board control because after I figured it out, I was like, oh, I'll just call it that. I'll call it board control to remind me that that's what this deck is for, and that's the goal of the deck. So we got 1 Blessing of Might, 2 Humilities. This is a really great card. I mean, it's a 1 mana, and it changes the minion's attack to 1, and you saw what it did late game. It's just a great card late game, or even early game if you're behind. It helps me maintain control, or helps me gain control. Because like you saw in this video, he threw out a Lord of Arena, which is like a 6/5 and with taunt, and it's a beast. But this made it into a 1/5, which really was no threat to me whatsoever, especially since I have heals in this deck. Murloc Raider is just a great start. You know, if I get an early 2 damage poke for 1 mana, not bad. I put this in there also just to have a 1 mana minion that I can throw out there. This has taunt on it, so if I need to stop them from attacking me or early game, or if I want to make sure I can put out other minions, I will throw this out there. It doesn't have any attack on it, so all it can do is just sit there and soak up damage, unless it has the Sword of Justice that you saw, in which case it'll be a 1/5. Holy Light, I have 2 of these in case somebody decides to get cheeky and run a Morlock, what is it, Murloc deck? Murloc. I'll just go with Murloc. In case somebody tries to run a Murloc deck on me, that gives me a chance to survive a little bit longer. I have had run into 1 Murloc deck. I didn't win, but I don't know. I'm going to blame it on my card draw because I didn't get any of my heals and I didn't get any of my consecrations. So I never had board control, and he just rolled over me. Acidic Swamp Ooze is great. It's a 2 mana card. It's really good against rogues and hunters for their Eagle Horn Bow plus warriors, and anybody else that can equip weapons, especially rogues. For rogues, if you get this early, you want to hold on to it because they will buff their weapon. I ran into 1 rogue already, buffed the crap out of his weapon. I threw this down next turn, and it was essentially done for. Argent Protector, it's okay. 2/2, plus it gives somebody a Divine Shield. Early game, if you want to protect something, you know, it's good for early game protection. Blue Gale Warrior, he's in there just because he has the charge. It's a 2/2. Or I'm sorry, it's a 2/1 for 2 mana, and it has charge on it. So early poke. Sword of Justice, which you saw in this video, it's just, I like it. I especially like getting it early because like you saw, I can equip this, and I can use my hero power and summon a 1/1 Silver Knight, and it becomes a 2/2 Silver Knight. Plus everybody else that I summon also becomes +1/+1. Alder Peacekeeper is a good minion late game, but it can be good mid game. Like you saw, I think I did use this, and I changed one of their attack to 1. Harvest Golem is a 2/3 for 3, but when it dies, you get a 2/1. Silverback Patriarch is another taunt. Just help me keep board control, make sure I don't take too much damage. True Silver Champion. I love this weapon. Love it. It's great. It's a great Paladin weapon. I highly recommend you get 2 of them. Whenever your hero attacks, you restore 2 health to yourself. Plus you do 4 damage. So you do 4 damage. You get to do that twice. So essentially you get to do 8 damage. Plus you get to heal yourself for 4 points. So it's a great weapon, and it's a great Paladin tool. Blessing of Kings, also a good buff for the Paladin deck. Give a minion +4/+4, which makes early game stuff like if I were to throw this out, or maybe even this. Heck, any of my 2s, and even some of my 1s, it makes them like we'll look at the Murloc Raider. It would make it a 6/5 for 1 mana, which is ridiculous. If it's still on the field at that point and I make it a 6/5, that is hitting for a lot of damage. So I also have 2 of those. Consecration. This is the Paladin board clear. But the only caveat, like I said, is you have to get everybody at 2 health or below. So late game, it's not as good. You need to get these early and or mid game in order to, if you don't have board control, this will help you get it. Hammer of Wrath. This is just for the damage and the draw. I don't have very many draws in this deck. Dark Scale Healer. It's a 4/5 for 5, but it also restores 2 health to everybody, all your minions and yourself. So it's a good card to put out there. Again, for the healing, as well as it's a 4/5 minion, plus it heals you, plus maintain the board control. It's all about the theme of this is getting and maintaining board control. Fen Creeper, it's a taunt. It's an okay taunt. It's a 3/6 for 5, but it can take some damage, and it can put some damage out. So again, board control. Nightblade. It's a 4/4 with a 5. It's mostly for the battle cry, which does 3 damage directly to the hero. So if they have a taunt on the board and they're trying to save themselves towards the end, that can help secure the victory. Stranglethorn Tiger. It's a 5/5 for 5 with stealth. Throw it on the board. It can't be targeted until it attacks. So you're guaranteed 5 damage unless there's a secret or a trap out there. Or a secret. Boulder Fist Ogre is just a big beast of a card. It's a 6/7 for 6. Late game, if I just needed some more late game, so I threw that in there. This is a fairly new account. Lord of the Arena is a must, especially if I'm reaching at the end and I'm not doing so great. Late game, and I pull this out, I can throw that out there, and it does. It's a good taunt. It's a 6/5 with taunt for 6, which is pretty good late game. Guardian of Kings. I'm still on the fence about it. It's a 5/6 for 7, and you get 6 health back from it. So again, late game, if I'm not doing so great, I can throw this out there, give myself 6 health, plus I'll have a 5/6 out on the board. I'm torn about it, but so far it's going to stay in the deck. And then finally Stormwind Champion, which is 6/6 for 7, but it gives everybody else on the board a +1/+1. So that's the deck. Like I said, theme of the deck is right here. Board control. Board control. There's the mana curve. A lot of 4s. That's just because of the Blessing of Kings and the Consecration. So if I don't get it early, or if I don't get board control early, or probably by turn 5, I would say I'm in trouble with this deck, as I witnessed with that Murloc deck that just rushed me and just could never get board control from him. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, throw a comment, a like, share it out if you so desire. I don't know why you would want to share this out. I'm still new to this game, but yeah, it was a blast. I like this game. I hope to be playing it more. Supposedly it's supposed to be coming out on open beta next month. Whether or not that means 1 December or not, it remains to be seen. But I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that it does, because I will be playing some of this. I'm not a big collectible card game player, but I like this one. It's, like I said, it's fairly simple, pretty straightforward, and it's fun. So hope you enjoyed it. Throw a comment, like, whatever. If you have some suggestions for what I should add to this deck or remove from this deck, please don't be afraid to ask. I can take constructive criticism, and I say that constructive criticism. I take it very well. So please throw whatever you have my way, and I will give it some consideration. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in game.